Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is Sunday. It is April the 28th, and I'm tapping in and putting my little notes in regarding the 2020 Democratic race for president, right? So right now, if you don't know, we have about 20 candidates. The last one, most notably, that just threw his hat in the race is none other than Joe Biden. Some of you guys know him as Creepy Joe. Some of you may know him as Sleepy Joe, a term that the president is using to describe him. And of course, we are referring to his low energy, kind of like, Jeb Bush had low energy back in 2016, and Trump got on him for that. But anyhow, I thought it was really interesting. I just wanted to note 20 candidates. That is so many candidates, and none of them have a chance. I mean, that's how I feel just off the top. But if you wanted to go Booker, Buttigieg, bootleg, I guess you want to call him, you got Castro, Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, you got Elizabeth Warren, and you have this black guy named Wayne Massam, former college football player. He is, it said, I think he was elected a governor in Florida. This is according to a New York Times report that gave an update as of April the 25th as to who was running for president. You also have Tulsi Gabbard. I think if there's anybody, obviously you don't see her in the polls, you don't see her numbers anywhere. If there's anybody that has a maybe a legitimate stance in opposition to President Trump, it would more likely be Tulsi Gabbard. But of course, they're not going to promote her, and they're not pushing her because no one wants anything to do with her. Actually, I think even just recently, that chick from Young Turks, I forget her name. Definitely starts with an A, ends with a K. She was actually trying to do some whole rant and where she was complaining about Tulsi Gabbard. And when anytime there's establishment people that go after folks that don't seem to be that they're too crazy, or they say things that actually make sense, you have to wonder, raise your eyebrow to that. But anyhow, Joe Biden, there was also talking in the news that Trump is concerned about him, that he's scared. He's the only one that can probably beat Trump. There was a poll that came out that said he was beating Trump by 8 points. I don't know if you guys was paying attention back in 2016, but I would not follow the polls. I would not believe the polls, because the polls, obviously, as we know, have been faulty. And I would absolutely say that they're being manufactured at this time to make it appear that Joe Biden is the only viable candidate to be able to run or beat Trump in 2020. My thoughts on Joe is his time to run was in 2016, and it's gone. Same thing for Elizabeth Warren. Her time was 2016. Not so much a running, but her time to actually do something and have the respect of the so-called progressive base was 2016, when she should have supported Bernie Sanders, but she didn't. Instead, she actually went with the establishment candidate, which we all know who was HRC. So anyhow, Joe Biden, there's if he makes it out the primary, because it seems like more so the base of the party is so focused and excited, or we'll say the so-called progressive ring, or the hard left wing of the party is kind of putting all these candidates, backing them to a wall where they have to take these positions that I guess are now popular with the party. So for Joe Biden, yeah, it's not going to happen. Really, in all reality, the entire the base of the party, or should we just say the contenders for 2020, looks like a creep show. And I say looks like a creep show because to be part of the Democratic Party right now, and because, you have to conform to identity politics, No one is viewed for what they actually do good. Everything is about putting everybody in these little categories. So to be part of the Democratic Party in these days and times means that you have to like take a side, and you can't be in the middle, and you can't be you can't have any different thoughts, because see, what they do approve of is identity politics, diversity and inclusivity that they think that they're all about, but what they don't believe in is diversity and inclusivity of thought. So that is the problem there. But I liken them to Creepshow because they are a cult. They are seeming a cult, because if you go against it, they attack. They try to destroy your life now if you go against the grain. So it's a strange, very, very strange place to be. I can't understand who still cares about the Mueller report as far as their base goes. I can't see who's still advocating for Trump's impeachment. The law is pretty clear. So you lost. So everything that just happened with the Mueller report coming out, it's just like it's 2016 all over again. You lost again. And I actually had to laugh at Bill Maher the other night. He actually called Adam Schiff a stalker. He said that now you appear to be a stalker. Like, what's going on? So just let him know you guys lost. So like I said, again, guys, short video today, just covering the Democratic race for president 2020. You know all the names that are in there. There is another rare black guy in there by the name of Wayne Massam. I was like, who's that guy? Booker, no chance. Bootleg, Buttigieg, Castro, Gillibrand, Kamala, Klobuchar, Warren, and Tulsi Gabbard. The only reason why I'm not naming all of them is because it's too many. And, you know, some of the names, obviously, that I'm familiar with, I was able to just pick up and I jotted down here. But this is what I will say as far as Tulsi Gabbard goes. Her signature issue, this is also according to New York Times, is her opposition to the American military intervention overseas, including countries like Syria. I know lots of conservatives that agree with that, these counterinsurgency wars. You know what costs a lot of money, which costs the U.S. economy, or let's just say taxpayers, lots and lots of money? War. War costs a lot of money. Now, I can make a whole separate video talking about that, but maybe later. Maybe I will. But just to give you an idea, you know, if we're talking about the United States or we're talking about imperialism, we have over 800 military bases across the world. In comparison to other countries that have, I think it's about no more than 30. So what does that tell you? Obviously, we have to protect our interests, but over 800 military bases across the world. That's U.S. imperialism for you. So anyway, with that said, guys, hope you're all well. I'm going to get ready to go run off to dinner. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Don't know what I'll be reporting on, but I'll be on your screen soon. We'll talk. Thank you. Goodbye.